I know someone was coming in here. Okay. Hey guys. Oh, I see you.
How you doing?
Good. I'm gonna
Hey
give it
yo,
some time because I need some more people to join in. Where the
hey
people
yo,
at?
you funny.
I didn't even do nothing in your week. That is a problem. But you really be having me weak. We got the one and
you was
only
like,
Donovan is in the building.
you was like, oh, what? It was just me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just because it was real fast. Okay, the people are joining. Hey, everybody. I'm trying to wave to y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Come on in. Okay, so I want to be mindful of time. And I know you're a busy guy. I know you have things going on back to back. You got a team, you solo. What you like? Because I just want to deep dive into this
Oh,
conversation. I'm
the
super
madness.
excited. I believe
The-
it. I believe it. I believe it. I see you
it's
work
like
so
I
hard.
see like this big jigsaw puzzle that I have to put
Yes.
together, and I'm just
Well,
over it trying to.
I'm so excited to have you. So, first, let me go ahead and welcome everybody. What's up? How are y'all doing? I hope you all had a wonderful holiday weekend. My name is Khadijah Corey, the PG Princess, and I am the official host for Melanin Con and Cocoa Butter Conversations because I gotta let the people know I'm
The
locked in.
hostess with the
The
mostest, the
hostess with
PG
the mostest.
princess.
Okay, we outside. Okay, when I see Donovan on the flyer, we outside.
Ah,
Okay,
outside. I need you right
outside.
now. I need you
Yeah,
right now.
listen. So, first and foremost, the man behind the brand, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much for being on your own platform just to allow people to get to know you a little bit better. We want
People
to
don't get
know.
to
We
see
want
me
to
speak
know.
too often.
Exactly. And we want to know all the things that you have going on. So, let's just go ahead and jump into it. So, just tell us a little bit about yourself and the background here and your background.
Ooh,
We
jump
want to
right into
hear.
it.
Jump into it.
Uh,
Who is Donovan?
I'm born and raised in South Carolina. Uh,
Okay.
End up in Kentucky for undergrad, University of Louisville. Before that, I actually did Job Corps too, so that was an experience.
Okay.
Um, my whole story is about tragedy to triumph, taking all the cards that I dealt and just flipping it to something positive always. And recent years, not just something positive for myself, something positive for others. I moved to DC in like 2017 and instantly saw that it's all these people here doing amazing things, but separately. And I always said, we are strong individually as fingers, but it's not until we become a fist together that we can actually see the change we need to see.
Right.
So,
No, I really love that. And it's so important that you highlighted that you see so many people doing successful things, but yet we're still not impacting together. So that's really important. So speaking of that, what kind of inspired you to start a celebration of us?
well, celebration of us was actually is actually our nonprofit celebration
Okay.
of us 501c3 for all those who want to donate. Link in the bio. Uh, it started with my Black Excellence Gala. Actually,
Okay.
I tell that story all the time. I got honored at the All Purple Gala, and I thought it was super dope, and I wanted to like have my own version of that, but something something to impact. So
Right.
my homegirl at the time, Brittany Flowers, was battling cancer,
Mm.
and she was running a campaign. She graduated from UDC and a member of Delta Sigma Theta.
Okay.
Uh, she was running a campaign, and I just wanted to donate to it. So at the time, I started the Black Excellence Gala. I wanted it to be like something small, like 50 people, and part of the proceeds would go to her campaign. But then COVID happened, and of course we had to keep pushing it back, kept pushing it back, and unfortunately Brittany passed away
Mm.
in the midst of pushing it back. So then when DC started opening it back up, I wanted to still do it, but in honor of her, turn her name
Yeah.
into a scholarship. That's our Brittany Flowers grant for aspiring social workers. And the first Black Excellence Gala was like crazy, so crazy that I took it on the road. We went from DC to Atlanta, Atlanta to Houston, Houston to Charlotte, back to DC last year. But Celebration of Us came into play after the second one. I was like, this is just
Right.
amazing. Just all these Black people together. Like, everybody's so dressed up,
Yeah.
looking nice. And I was like, this is literally a celebration of
And I
us.
love
So,
that.
and that's how all that came about.
Okay. So with all of that, then you kind of took another perspective, adding on to that later layer of a celebration of us. So how did Melanin Con come about?
Whew, that's a good one. So, uh, like any other cons, I watch all these different cons happen. Comic Con, all the different conferences, Black conferences, like Afrotech is a dope one. The Essence
Yeah.
Festival is another dope one. Batty Con for Black women in tech is another dope one. Um, I just saw all these dope platforms, but everything was like niche. So like if Afrotech, like if people in the tech community, or like
Right.
even Comic Con, people who are in the comic space. I just wanted it to be like a national meeting of all Black people and
Right.
Black excellence. So um, in terms of coming up with a name, it was all these crazy names that probably would not have got me sponsors. So I ended up coming up with Melanin Con, celebrating our tones, all the different shades, from light to dark to darker. Um, and when I brought it back to DC, well, when I brought it to DC, it was the anniversary of when I started the Black Excellence Gala. Uh, and I wanted to do it bigger than I did because the first one, it blew up before my eyes. Like I had
Right.
it at the first one was at Abigail's nightclub. Like I did
Yeah.
not expect for it to go the way it went and like how big it
Yeah.
became. So when it came back around, I wanted to do it bigger and better. So that's why I added the conference portion of it and all the lead
Okay.
up events.
Okay, so speaking of that, can you kind of like share some of the highlights from the last Melanin Con that made it so successful and impactful?
Oh man, the last Melon Con was one for the books. You were there.
You
um,
already know.
There's so many things that I could talk about from all the. To me, it was like a meeting of all uh, Black creatives, Black professionals, and everybody just came together with the common goal of impacting others, like putting
Yeah.
others on, like
Yeah.
building communities. Like just a month ago, a girl DM'd me and wrote this whole Facebook post about how a young lady she met at Melicon actually sold her first home. So,
Wow.
and all that came about of her being at Melicon, or something like the keynote speaker Brandon Andrews, who also staffed for Shark Tank. He
Hmm.
was doing live 90-second pitches to like coach people on what Shark Tank looked like. And this young lady started crying in the middle of her pitch because her pitch was part of her telling her story. So it was
Yeah.
amazing to see like all of that, to feeding the homeless. Like, oh my God, people do not know how much work was on the back end of that event.
Yeah.
I
I
was
believe
running
it.
around
I
all
believe
morning.
it.
So like actually seeing it come together, and we was able to feed the mass. We was able to feed at least we fed a pocket of homeless individuals at Northeast and H Street. Then
Okay.
I went backwards and was feeding like the different homeless shelters, 3 to 4 different homeless shelters. We
Wow.
fed that day before the actual gala.
Wow. And that's a blessing because what I'm hearing is community, I'm hearing connection, relationships, I'm hearing impact. So, like, those are all huge, major things that is happening in the community,
Because
and you are literally a part of it.
so often you see people host these amazing events. They are amazing, but it just serves the people that are throwing it, or
Yeah.
serves the venue that's hosting it. And
Yeah.
it's like, if we're going to collect Black dollars, why not put that back into the Black community
Right.
and the community as a whole? So everything we do at Pot Standard, Celebration of Us, Melanchon, is about impact, 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 and never
Absolutely.
get away from that, because no matter how much money you make, how little money you make, as long as you can impact people's lives with your mission and it be genuine from the heart, like you can never go wrong.
Okay, so speaking of all of that, you've done so many great things. What can we really expect for Melanin Con 2024, and how will it top last year's event?
Whew. For one, I actually found a venue where that has a affordable garage.
Okay, that's
Last year, the
amazing.
whole parking thing was just too crazy because we had it at the Wharf.
Right,
So this year it's more inner
right,
city. So
right.
that again, dope speakers as always, more connections, hopefully more volunteers,
Okay.
just more. I actually thought a lot of it went well, so most of it was this time around just doubling up on everything we did last year
Exactly.
because I've been at it like a madman
Yeah.
since like November. So
Well, let me tell you, people are excited. People can't wait. I know I can't wait because I hosted the gala last year. And if anybody out there is listening and watching, go on my YouTube channel and check out the highlight of the
I
event.
ain't
I
gonna
mean,
lie
it
to
was
you, that was
epic.
one of my favorite. The ambiance, the food,
Yeah.
uh, every people's energy. Like people walked in, it was
Yeah.
automatically like just pouring with happiness and black excellence.
Yeah.
And as you know from hosting events, how a person enter is how a person gonna leave. So like coming in with
Exactly.
all this positivity, you then had to kick people out because they was having so
Exactly.
much fun.
That is a blessing. Okay, so now I kind of want to deep dive a little bit more when it comes to passion, when it comes to the journey, when it comes to inspiration. So, what kind of drives you to do what you do? And then, like, what are some of your major inspirations on your journey?
Um, I'm one of the rare people who are crazily intrinsically motivated. I
Okay.
motivate myself for the most part. Uh, for the most part, it's just me in this world. So like I lost my parents at an early age,
I'm sorry.
having to deal with that. So like even all like the bad decisions that I made, like was able to like regroup from all that. So like just knowing that there's no other option for me but forward keeps me motivated because these things have to happen, and I have to
Right.
do everything in my power to make these things happen, to create impact. Uh, that keeps me motivated on a daily basis because to me, like between that therapy and God, like to me, I can't lose as long as I just stay in a space of being genuine, making
Amen. I
sure.
love that.
So like making sure that my heart is led as well with God in every step that I take.
Absolutely.
As far as like inspiration, like my mom passed away when I was like 15. So she did raise me. So
Yeah.
just seeing her struggle, seeing her daily battles with certain things, like taking $1,000 a month for 3 kids and stretching it out to where I don't ever remember going to sleep hungry. So like uh, making sure her, my dad, all the angels that I have can look down and be like, I'm
Proud.
proud of this
Yeah.
young man for everything that he have going on. Um, and one of the biggest drivers for everything I do is seeing how it affects people.
Yeah.
Like one of my, I have a program for feed the homeless called Posh Packages.
Okay.
Posh Packages is a program where we take like a gallon Ziploc bag from Amazon and we like fill it with like necessary items. Usually it's done in the winter. Necessary items that they need throughout the winter, like socks, uh, women products, and I I remember like one instance, like when I first started it, this lady cried over like tampons, and like I didn't
Because
have to
those
do
are
that.
essential.
You're right. So I didn't have to do that that day. She didn't have to be there, and just seeing how that impacted her by just a simple act of kindness. Like a lot of people don't know how far a simple act of kindness can go. And to
Yeah.
me, that's a big inspiration because even like when I'm low or like when I'm down or uh, like anybody else, I battle depression all the time. So like
Yeah.
uh, even when I'm like low, like I can always go back to like my comments or something that I did and realize like, no, you're doing something
Yeah.
that matters. the chatter of those you impact is way louder than the chatter of people who just don't like you. So
Yeah, no, I
that keeps me
love
motivated.
that. And that's the encouragement we all need. Everybody needs a push. Everybody needs just somebody to pat you on the back and just say you're doing the right thing. You're going in the right direction. So when you speak of being kind and having these different motivations, you kind of explain that you have 6 pillars, and that's culture, community, commitment, commerce, luxury, and empowerment. Is those are the things you would say that also not only guides your events, but guides your life as well?
Uh, absolutely, absolutely. Because even though like I do so much for the community, you ain't gonna catch me slipping on my pillar.
Yeah, for
Not
sure. For
like
sure.
I like nice things too. So
Yeah.
like, and I'm fortunate enough to don't look like my struggles. So far as like culture, if you follow me, like
Yeah.
everything I do is for us. Like unapologetically, with all my heart and passion. Like everything I do is for us. Um, just keeping to those 6 pillars is not only like you said, not just a big guideline, but key to
It's a
life.
lifestyle. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, so I really love how you do bring community together and you do have very, very impact on people, on situations, on environment. So how do you attract and engage millennials and Gen Z African American entrepreneurs?
For me, I'm great at wording. Like,
Okay.
I went to school for law, but every day I say I
Really?
should have
I
went
didn't
to
even know
school.
that.
Really? Every day I say I
Oh
should
my
have
gosh.
went to school for marketing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm really good at wording. I'm really good at getting people like out their seats,
Okay.
like motivated. So, uh, like anything, even with Posh Standard, which really started off this, like my online magazine platform. At first, it was just about men and women fashion. Like I
Right.
just posted who I thought was fly, and people just rock with it. And then the Trayvon Martin trials started happening, and it was like laws and stuff that I was just dumbfounded that we just didn't know as a people. Even I
Right.
myself, like something like qualified immunity and things of that nature. Like these people are protected and we're not. And the number one reason for the number one way our ops get over on us as a community is we simply just don't know.
That part.
Even though the
Hmm.
information is out there, we simply
Just
just don't know.
don't do the research.
Yeah, so everything with my platforms, whether it's the Pod Center or Melicon, when it comes to reaching Gen Z and millennials, like you come for other stuff. Like you may like a meme that I posted, or you may like somebody fly that I posted, and then realize, oh, now that I'm on this page, now that I'm on this website, now he got all this other stuff going on. Let me check that out. So it's all about the
Yeah.
hook line, and then you relevant.
Okay, so you're talking about, highlighting these different people in fashion and in community. So when it comes to attendees, I see that you have a wide reach. Little do you know, you have a wide audience from Hawaii to Alaska. So how do you kind of expand Millennium Con's reach for future and further events out?
To me, it's more so like as big as it's going. So
Okay.
the more people attend, the more as anything funding comes, the more like I can like reach more people. So like this year, I did a initiative where I had my culture and cocktails event that you also hosted in different
Yes.
cities. So far as like how would I reach more people, it'll just be like Melancholy is in September. October will be the first cultural cocktails in LA or something. So like keeping culture
Yeah,
and
let me get
cocktails
my
is
flight so I can go host in
which
different
is
states.
which is our happy hour series. Because the happy hour is easy to host. Like
Yeah.
all you need is a bar and people.
And good
It's
music.
easy.
Hmm.
Yes, and a great
Yeah.
host.
Okay,
So
cool.
like
So I really want to know a little bit more about how you are bringing people together. So you have reach, you have connections, because it also comes with word of mouth, right? People are gonna tell their friends to tell their friends, "Oh, come with me to this event," not knowing the impact, but then also getting a chance to learn a little bit more. So how do you bring such diverse and impressive groups of attendees, from influencers to successful business owners. How do you bring them all together? Like, what kind of makes that branding and marketing opportunity so unique to the brand?
Because I myself started all
Okay.
this by influencing. So like
Mm,
even outside of like everything I do with events and my nonprofit, I myself is an influencer. So I get put in a lot of different spaces all the time. Like last year for BellyCon, I challenged myself to go to four different networking events that I
okay.
looked up on Eventbrite every month. Like
That's
I'm
good.
like I'm a creative. I'm in real estate networking events. I'm in tech networking events. I'm in beauty makeup events. I'm in all these different makeup events that I'm nowhere near in they field, but I'm meeting new people. So it was interesting when I had Melancon last year that I saw all these people that I met all year at these different events coming together
Wow.
and like literally bridging the gap that which is our purpose. So
Wow. Okay, so those are amazing. And I literally started doing the same thing. I would just go on Eventbrite and kind of just search the events that's going on, from
nice.
content creators to entrepreneurs to mixers,
It's
like
crazy because
anything you can think of.
all of that is cool, but you got to challenge yourself to get out your comfort zone.
That
And
part.
like,
And then at that, being able to go by yourself. So
yes, oh
that's
man,
another huge step. Like, you can go by yourself, because I always tell myself, if I'm going into these rooms, I got to at least leave with at least 2 to 3 connections
you got
from these
to
events.
hi hello all the way through that joke.
All
Tap
the
tap
way.
tap tap tap.
All the way. But how can you, the thing is always, how can I be memorable? How can people remember me? What do I need to wear? How do I need to
I
show
will
up and
say
really
your
just be my authentic
personality is
self?
memorable
Thank
all
you.
by itself. So,
I try my best. I really do. I'm just like authentically me. Like,
oh, we know.
this what you don't get. Okay. All right. So how does Melanin Con also support up and coming entrepreneurs and help them connect with established business leaders? Where do you play your
So,
role in that?
one of the greatest part of Melanin Con is all the different business owners and things of that, and those people alike actually coming together like to network and to have fun themselves. So if people sit and talk to a lot of these people, they want to give back.
Yeah.
They just don't know how.
Or the
Connecting them
resources.
and connecting them, literally bridging the gap, building bridges with those individuals. I see a lot of times that the impact of them meeting each other, like being in the same place, like Melicon is for everybody. So whether you're an
Yeah.
aspired business owner, or aspired creative, uh, just aspire to aspire, like it's a
Yeah, for
space for
sure.
you, and you will meet somebody that could change your life, could change your whole business direction.
Yeah.
I like to think that I play a part in it because I, on first hand, get to see the impact of everybody coming together and meeting each other. Even like my friend Haru, the violinist, like
Which is,
he played one event.
he's so
Now,
talented and amazing.
yes, he played one
And then
event.
he
Now,
just get in somebody's music video.
Meek Mill.
Like, how cool is that? That is
Like,
amazing.
and he would tell you himself a lot of a lot of that comes from whenever he played. So like me
Yeah.
putting him in spaces where he can play for people who
I
probably
love
never
that.
heard somebody play
I
a
love
violin.
that.
So make sure y'all follow him, Haru the violinist.
Please. He is amazing, y'all. So talented. Okay, so I know you have all these great things coming up, all these amazing events, and I know we're coming close on our time, but I
Link
still want to
in
make sure.
bio. Link
I was
in
going to say,
bio.
I still want to make sure that
Link in
we
bio.
highlight
Everything's live right now.
everything. Get your tickets, y'all. Write down these dates, lock it in.
Don't be
Okay?
slow
I will be in the
to it.
building.
Rush to it.
He will be in the building. It's going to be a major, major thing for the community and for the culture. So, with all of that being said, can you kind of just share a little bit about some of the challenges that you have been facing when it comes to organizing the Melanin
I
Con,
don't
and
even
then like
think
how
we
you've
got time.
overcome? Okay, so it might have to be a part two, is what you're saying. Okay, got it.
uh, um, with anything of this nature, funding is woo, because everybody want to come to amazing events,
Yeah,
amazing productions,
yeah,
and forget. that stuff costs. So a challenge for me is always pricing to where people don't feel taken advantage of, but pricing so that things bills can get paid. Because you
Yeah.
want to be in a super elaborate space,
Right.
super nice, super decorated space, but those things take funding. And
Yeah.
as again, I'm still a startup, like with a lot of my things, so it takes community to have these type of things. So making sure the community is mobilized, always
Yeah.
hammering, promoting,
Yeah.
get people to click the links in my bio, buying tickets, because like tickets usually is the bread and butter of everything that we have going on. And as long as people come, we can have elaborate events
Yeah.
and all these things. Um, Actually, uh, getting business owners to open up their hearts and their pocketbooks, so their wallets.
Absolutely.
Uh,
And
it's
it's for a
always
good
a challenge.
cause. So it's for a
it's,
good cause.
it's always a challenge. And we're
Yeah.
501c3, so you can write that off. uh,
Exactly.
so, like, that's, to me, beyond anything would be funding.
Okay.
And the only other challenges I run into is gatekeeping and people being content with their own spaces. So, like I
Yeah.
said, we all doing such amazing things in this city. Sit DMV alone, no matter what part you're in, there's so many people that look like us having these amazing events, got
Yeah.
these amazing initiatives, and my goal has always been since I moved here to that we can move as a unit. And that is a challenge because people have their own ways or people have their own perspective on collaborating. So a lot of them are scarred before you even do a pitch.
Right. No, that's
So
so
like
true.
just making sure people see the value of working with me, working with the community that I built up is always a challenge because I'm always in pitch mode 100% of the
Yeah.
time because you never know who you're going to talk to, who you're going to meet. Um, that's about it.
Okay, so I really love that, and I thank you so much for being so transparent with those who are watching and those who will be listening to this. That's extremely important to hear. Like, we all face challenges. We're all trying to figure out our next role and our next moves and our next step. So, with that being said, as we get ready to come to an end, I kind of want to make sure we highlight where do you kind of see Melanin Con going in the next 5 years and kind of the impact it has in the community, and we want the list of all the events, which is in the bio, but just in case people, want to be lazy. And then how can everybody still keep up with you moving forward for future events and opportunities?
Um, First, you can follow the platform. If you're watching this, you follow one of them. Official Melicon is the event. The Posh Standard is the magazine. Celebration of Us is the nonprofit. Dark Skin Gatsby is me.
Yes.
um, far as like where I see it, man, I watched everything with the Essence Fest. Two events that inspire me like no other: the Essence Fest and Atlanta Greek Picnic. Uh,
Yes.
Seeing how everybody come together for that, and it's beautiful. Seeing the impact these two events have on the community in itself. Uh, for Atlanta Greek Picnic, seeing how uh, it started to where it's grown
Yeah.
as they reach their 20-year anniversary, as SFS was reached their 30-year anniversary. Seeing people come from all over the world to go to these two events is inspiring to me as I still say like as a startup because like the community really amplifies these events
Yeah.
to levels I'm sure the event hosts never even thought was going to be a thing. So
Exactly.
seeing Melanchon on the same platform as like Essence
I
Fest is
love
crazy
that. That would
because
be amazing.
we also give out community awards. The nominations for those are going to be coming out soon, so that people can vote on the winner. So seeing us there will be magnificent.
That's
Uh,
amazing.
I can only imagine the amount of people when this turns into something so extravagant as Essence Fest or Atlanta Greek Picnic. Far as like our events this month specifically, we have Noir Nouveau, which is my first fashion show. So it's going to be at the Mayflower. It's in collaboration with NVE Casting and Black Nurses Week. Black Nurses Week is super impactful, all on their own accord, and I encourage you to attend that. I encourage you to look up this young lady and everything that she has. My heart was touched by hearing her story. She was actually one of the guests. So,
Yes, I interviewed her. She was amazing.
so like, it's going to be super dope. It's all white for rebirth, rejuvenate, things of like that. We have crazy dope designers. One of the featured designers is Fubu. So that's pretty good. That's pretty great to me because they're about to start their relaunch of all their apparel. So that's going to be super dope. As far as everything else, Melancon, September, we lit.
We lit.
September, we lit. All those events are laid out in the bio.
Awesome. Well, I want to say thank you so much for giving me the platform to kind of share like my skills and talents. So
Oh,
thank you so
you
much for
perfect.
putting this. I tried. Thank you so much for putting this together. Like you are really making an impact in the community and you are appreciated. For those who may not give you the flowers you deserve, let me tell you right here, right now, you are doing the thing and we appreciate you for what you're bringing to the table and how you're bringing everybody together in the community. It does not go unnoticed. So I thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you. That
Anybody?
made my day.
I
I
just
needed
want you to
that.
know I'm giving you your flowers you deserve. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. One last time, my name is Khadijah Corey, the PG Princess, the official host for the official Melanin Con page and Cocoa Butter Conversations. Thank you guys so
Oh,
much for
where
tuning
can they
in.
follow? Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh,
Tell them where they can follow you.
okay, well, you can follow me at about.khadijah on all streaming platforms. If you
Boom.
haven't watched, yes, and if you haven't watched the Melanin Con video on YouTube, y'all need to check it out. It was crazy lit, and I hope to see y'all all there again
Oh,
this
we
year.
up. We up. Thank you.
See you later.